pleased to introduce student speaker Jonathan Hewen.
Good afternoon, and congratulations to all of you who have worked tirelessly to be sitting here today at graduation. It is a tremendous honor to have been nominated as commencement speaker. I've written my speech about 18 times now, so hopefully I'll live up to everybody's expectations. In preparing for my speech, I have had to reflect on how I came to Shoreline and my time here. I've had lots to reflect on, like doing well on tests that I never thought I could pass, being challenged to be in class, and taking responsibility to actually participate in my education. It is now time for me to venture forth and continue my education, and I leave with a strong sense of pride and self-identity, which would have been difficult to uncover elsewhere. As a result of Shoreline Community College viewing each student as an investment in the world, the quality of my education has been, among other things, phenomenal. Several years ago, I would never have imagined I would go to a community college. I began my collegiate journey with some preconceived notions of college life. Those notions were, however, quickly dispelled when I took a biology class and discovered just how much work it takes to be a successful college student. I have fought, and Shoreline has challenged within me, to become a critical thinker. This has made me stop comparing myself to others. For example, in high school, the road to success was less about a personal journey and more of a competition of who would get into the best school as relative to a set of outside standards. Fortunately, I have learned Shoreline encourages all students to value their education and uncover what is truly important to them. In order for change to occur, at least in my life and presumably in the lives of other people, change does not come from a laissez-faire lifestyle. If we live passively, we let the world happen around us. Becoming a critical thinker has allowed me to be a force in my life, seizing the opportunity to live a full life supported by my learnings and doing my best regardless of any challenge. I stand here today to say that my time at Shoreline has been eventful and that I take great pride in my education since the day I started here, and that my journey to this podium has not been easy. There have been numerous times as a student when I have doubted the chances of my success. However, whenever I have struggled, there has been a Shoreline Community College representative readily available to help me get back on track. Without the faculty and staff here at Shoreline, I would have had great difficulties in uncovering my full potential. Of course, I would also like to mention that without the support of my family, I would be lost. My family has stood by me, even during difficult times, proving their unconditional love and support. Because of my own limitations, I had to work hard to discover that we are only as successful as we want and are committed to be. We set our own limits, we are responsible for our success, and each of us has potential without limits. In order for me to be successful, I must remind myself that my happiness lies in a battle between me and me. Because my education is personal, I cannot rely on others to do work for me. Rather, my success is relative to how open, committed, and successful I allow myself to be. If we never allow ourselves to examine what shapes our core self, then when will we allow happiness into our lives? I am a proud student of the CEO program here at Shoreline. CEO stands for Career Education Options and is a program designed to help students for whom high school is not working find solace and happiness, as well as pride in an identity as a college student. In high school, I had great grades and thought I knew who I wanted to be. However, I began to witness destruction in my life, and I withdrew from high school, becoming a student who has been able to uncover who I really am as a result of, among other things, my participation in CEO. If it were not for Shoreline, I am not sure if I would be able to find a sense of pride in my education. The mentors at our school who have encouraged and inspired me to be present in my education will be lifelong friends who will undoubtedly check up on me. Where else is such a strong bond between faculty, staff, and students readily available? I mean, when I didn't know that I would be getting a yellow flower, and Cindy Mix, my advisor and CEO, came up and gave me a big hug, and if I was somewhere else, I don't think that would have happened. So thank you, Cindy, wherever you are. I would like to extend a thank you to all of those who have helped me succeed at Shoreline. You have all taught me the value of education and allowed me to make my education personal. In order for a student to not only be successful, but feel successful, he or she must take great pride in their education, knowing that this graduation ceremony is something of which to be greatly proud. Perhaps one of the most valuable life lessons I will take from my time at Shoreline is the notion that the road less traveled leaves room for invention, excitement, and opportunity. It is wonderful to be a part of a school that prides itself on student success. I have found the faculty and staff at Shoreline to be entirely dedicated to the well-being of their students. Given the way I learn, real learning happens when teachers and students are able to connect outside of the conventions of lectures and notes. When a student is able to talk about real issues, real learning happens. Until recently, I had lost sight of my love for acting. It was with the guidance of an interested and dedicated teacher of mine here at Shoreline that I was able to find direction again, step back, and become fully aware of what means most to me in my education. Thank you, Chris Fisher, for helping me discover my love for acting once again. In and of itself, the gift of realizing what is important to me has made Shoreline invaluable. I have experienced the pain of struggling to find myself and understand what success means. I now know that the root of my happiness lies in not losing sight of myself and building strong relationships with family and friends. Success is not measured by how much money or possessions we have. At the end of the day, success is measured by the strength of our relationships. It is immensely important to realize that as long as I have a strong sense of self and form strong relationships, I have the security of knowing nobody can take my happiness away from me. That is true success, and I learned that here. Again, let me congratulate everyone in front of me wearing a cap and gown, and those teachers and others who have supported us in our journey. Because opportunities such as standing in front of a large group with a chance to thank people are rare, I would like to thank my teachers, the CEO program, and most importantly, my family. You have all created a web of support in my life, have stood by me tirelessly, and remain constants in my life. If we can take one thing from our time here, let's remember the sense of pride that comes from being present in our own lives, giving credit to ourselves for our achievements today. Just as a beautiful piece of classical music has many movements, our lives are beautiful compositions, each with individual movements. Graduation is but one movement in a beautiful piece of music. Thank you and congratulations again to everybody.